If you've been stuck at making 5 to 10k per month with your ads in revenue and you've tried everything possible but nothing is working, this is a video that you want to pay attention close to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down exactly how I took one of my clients that is in the jewelry space from making 10k per month to 40k per month in less than 5 months. Now this brand is based in Europe, so you will see the currency in euro, but pretty much everything that I'm going to talk about it, and I'm gonna break it down exactly step by step, like going from the step 1 all the way down to the ads and all this stuff. So then you could have so much clarity about how and what to do exactly to take your business from 5 to 10k per month to 40 and even 50k per month. So let's start with the first step. The moment when I onboarded this particular client, so the first step that I did is I went to their ad account and I looked at all of their ads that they've been running, and I just wanted to understand what worked best for them and what we can do to improve those ads. So pretty much I looked at all these ads and I looked at their format, I looked at their message that they've been using, I looked at their angle, their marketing message, their hook, and after that I put that in a spreadsheet and I observed very clear patterns about what kind of ads are working, and I just afterward I used that pattern to go ahead and launch more ad creatives that are around those formats and those kind of messages. Now, the next step that I did is I looked at their competitors. So I went to Facebook Ads Library and I searched for their competitors. They've given me probably 10 or 15 competitors. I looked at all of them and I observed again some very insightful information that we used for our ads as well. If you don't know your competitors, you better make sure you make your research and find them, because those competitors most likely they've been already testing lots and lots of ad creatives, and they've been testing lots and lots of things on their websites. So you could learn lots of things from them just by analyzing their ads and their website. You don't need to test that much that they did. You have just to analyze properly, this is the correct word, properly those ads, learn their copy, understand from the market perspective why that worked, what made the customer to purchase, and you can understand if those ads worked just by looking at how long those ads have been active. And from there to create first those ads like they did if you don't have any data. If you have some data, then in that case, the first step is going to be enough for you in terms of what kind of angle to use. Of course, you need to have like hundreds and hundreds of ads, so that data is actually accurate. If you've got like tens or a couple ads, in that case, that data might not be so accurate. So you still want to look at your competitors. And even if you've got like hundreds of ads, I still want to look at those competitors, to look at their landing page, to look at their message, because that still is helping us to get inspired and create better ads and just learn from their mistakes, right? Now, the next step that is mandatory, this is a must and you cannot go around. So this is the customer research. So what I would recommend is going ahead and reading some articles around your product, reading some reviews on Amazon again around your product, some products that are similar to yours. And the third thing is looking at YouTube reviews. So I like to watch these YouTube videos where like the content creator is talking about some specific products, where is unboxing and is kind of explaining their experience, because they're using certain words and they are using certain emotions that I know this is what kind of they are looking for. So then we could use those emotions and those exact words and for our ads as well. When it comes to copywriting, I know that a lot of e-commerce owners they're struggling with. It's the part that not so many people are paying attention to, and that's because it's a part that like it's quite difficult to understand and it's quite difficult to master. But I could tell you, and I struggled with that as well. So what I understood about copywriting is that when you make your customer search enough, you are spending enough time on that, actually copywriting becomes effortless, because you simply take the exact words they're using and you structure in a way for your copy that actually makes sense. In that way, you will notice that copywriting is super easy. Now I just simply like spend a couple hours on customer search, and the copy kind of comes up without any effort. So the customer search helped me understand better about our customer. But here's the thing, even now I'm still spending around 1 hour per week to understand better our customer, and I'm still learning much more things about this particular customer persona. So that's something that you don't want to neglect, because as time goes on and as you're learning more about your customer, you'll be able to create better ads, because like I said, you'll be using the exact words, the exact pain points they have, and you speak directly to them, and they will feel that your product is the exact solution and the exact wish that they've been looking for. Now moving forward to the first step, here I already know about their competitors, their customers, and I have some data about what kind of ads have worked for well as well. So either they have already some assets in place that we could use for those ads. I'm talking about videos and images, and I know they have some potential based on what worked best for them in the past. If not, then I will go ahead straightforward and I'll create some blueprints for them about the next creatives that we need to launch. So the blueprint usually looks something like this. I will give them like an example of the ad creative that have proven traction and have worked very well. I will give them the video brief, kind of the settings, the technical part of how this video should be recorded, and also the products to use. Usually when it comes to the products to use, most likely those are the best sellers, because best sellers are easier to sell and they're giving us the highest conversion rate. Now moving to the fifth step, this is the ad account structure. It is as simple as you can see here. It's one CBO campaign for scaling and one for prospecting. And this prospecting is for testing. Pretty much here we are testing only ad creatives, not that much audiences. I also sometimes have a retargeting, but for now we are not running a retargeting audience because we are planning to launch a very big collection, and then we want to kind of hype our customers through emails, and then we will run a retargeting audience with just that new collection. So it's going to be epic and I'm really excited. Now moving forward to the fifth step, this is the testing campaign. So here we have the same kind of audience that we are running here, and we are looking at the cost per purchase, we're looking at the return on spend, and we're looking at those metrics on the ad level. Now when it comes to the audience, for this ad account we are using some interests, and this is a group of interests that are extremely related to our kind of audience that we're trying to reach, because the design of a product is more like artistic, so we're using different interests related to art, and that is working extremely well. But in the majority of my ad accounts is actually a broad audience with no targeting. So in your case, I would recommend testing both one group of audience that is related to your niche and one broad audience. And which one is going to work better, then just stick to that. You just test one single time the audience, and then from there you just stick to that and you simply test new ad creatives. Now maybe some questions that you'll have is, don't I have like an audience overlap between these interests? And yes, that's true, there are some audience overlap, but it's a very super small, because we are spending for the ad set here like 40, 50, like 30 euros here. So pretty much at the testing we're not spending that much. That's why the audience overlap is not affecting the results almost at all. So it's not something that you have to kind of be wary of. And under each ad set we're running 3 to 4 ad creatives. So we are just testing only the ad itself, the visual part. And we are launching every single week 3 new ad creatives, because right now we're spending around 15,000 euros per month, which is 500 euros per day. So that kind of pushes us to make sure that we're launching enough ad creatives that will help us to put in the scaling campaign, and also to scale even the ad set level, because sometimes I can just increase the budget at the ad set level under the testing campaign. And when it comes to the increasing the budget at the ad set level for the testing campaign, I do that until I see that the return on spend is trending like under the break even. As long as the return on spend is above our break even, I will still keep increasing the budget. So I do not turn that ad set off when, let's say, I take that ad and I put in the scaling campaign. I still keep that ad running, and even I increase the budget there. And usually what happens, it's still getting results over and over and over. Now, other things that we did in the meantime is we did a customer surveys. So the customer service is extremely important because from customer service, we actually learned very interesting things about why these customers are buying these products, and it's not what we actually thought. And the moment when we learned that they're using certain words, we incorporated those words in our copy and on our website, and that increased our possibilities to scale our ads further because our return on spend was much higher, and now we were able to increase our budget much more aggressively while keeping the profit. And that allowed us to spend over 15,000 euros per month with 40,000 euros in revenue. So other things that also helped us to increase that revenue is the average order value and the lifetime value. So we increased the average order value and the lifetime value. And now, how did we do that? When it comes to the average order value, here are a few things that we did. One is we increased just simply the prices of products. We increased the prices by 20% because after the customer survey, what we've learned is that we had a question where we asked our customers about the price performance, kind of like that. And we had a very high number. It was probably 9 out of 10. So we kind of thought and we said, oh, okay, the prices are too good here. Let's bump them up by 20%, and we were still getting very good results. So that was the easiest method to increase our average order value. Now, other things that we did is I recommended them to add additional products, additional kind of accessories that go very well with jewelry, such as jewelry kind of product care or jewelry boxes, and we kind of upsell them or downsell them with the products that they were kind of looking for and they were looking to buy, and also that increased our average order value. And the third thing that helped us to increase the average order value is also the thing that they are launching new products, collections, once in 2 months. And we've got one more bestseller, which is much more expensive because back then we had only 2 bestsellers and they were like under 100 euros. And now we have a third bestseller, which has a price of 130 euros. So that kind of helped us to increase the average order value. So what you can learn from this is if you want to increase the average order value, the easiest way is to increase the prices, but you need to have the data to back up because yes, you can increase the prices, but if the customers are not even willing to pay for the price that you have right now, then doesn't matter if you're increasing those prices, it's not going to help you with average order value. It's actually going to decrease your revenue. So it's very good to have this customer service and ask them about what they think about the price performance of your products. And then based on that, you could assess the results and understand whether to increase the prices or not. Other things is, of course, introducing more products, introducing some kind of accessories that complement their initial purchase. And that's something that I talked in one of my videos. It's extremely important if you want to literally increase your average order value. This is something that you do the work once, but it's going to pay off for a long period of time. When it comes to the LTV, this is going to be equal with your returning customer rate. So with your returning customer rate, as higher this metric is, the LTV is going to be also higher because they kind of related. So when it comes to this metric, I asked them about what kind of experience they have when they are unboxing their product. And it wasn't that good. It was something like average. So I said to them, okay, we need to increase that experience. And the way we did that is, of course, better package, but we incorporated some kind of notes where we kind of have a very good copy in that note where we appreciate their purchase and we kind of congratulate them on making this purchase. But then on top of that, we're giving them a very, very kind of a small gift. And to my client, the price of that gift is very, very low. Like we're talking here about $2 probably, but it looks nice. It doesn't look cheap. It's very, very a beautiful gift for them. And it's just a surprise to the customer that they are not expecting. And many customers actually reached out to my client and they said that they are really glad about their purchase, and that built this reciprocity effect. Meaning is that this is a psychological trigger, and this is what I actually wanted to do. Pretty much with this kind of approach, when they are getting some additional value without even thinking about it, they're gonna feel obligated to go ahead back and purchase even more from your store. And that what helped us to increase our LTV. Of course, there are many strategies, but this is one that we implemented for this brand and it worked. So if you are thinking about increasing these two numbers, and if we're talking about LTV, this is one strategy that you could use. Another thing to talk about, just from the perspective of how we work and how we are always on the same page, is that we are using a spreadsheet, nothing fancy, it's very simple, and we are pretty much having like different sheets, and one of them is to-do list. When it comes to the to-do list, this is something that I structured in my business, and I have like this kind of approach with any of my clients, because I want to make sure that we are on the same page and we get things done very quickly. We have a deadline, we go ahead, we implement, and we are getting all the things in place just by a specific date. Because I noticed back then I made this mistake. I was working with clients that they were not so committed, and we kind of like talked about what kind of things we have to implement, but we never wrote that down. We never put that in a spreadsheet where we could go back, assess, we could implement that, and that's why it was pretty difficult for me to get them a result. The moment when I structured my business in this way, and we have a very organized way to know what exactly tasks we need to go ahead and implement, then what happens is we get things done. We improve the sales, we work only based on data, and that helps us to go from 10K to 40K per month, and that is going to help us to go from 40K to even 100K per month. So I'm really excited about that as well. Now, if this case study was helpful for you in some kind of shape or form, and you love how we work and the results that we were able to get for our clients, then click on the link below and schedule a quick chat with us. Let's discuss about your goals, your needs, and what you want to accomplish with your business to see if we are a good fit. So if you are interested in getting some help with your ads, follow the link below. However, an important criteria is to make at least 15K per month. If you do that, then we might be able to help you out with. If not, keep watching these videos so you could actually start making 15K per month, because these videos will help you to get to that point. So then eventually you'll want to take us over your ad account. Until then, thanks for being here, and I will talk to you in my next video.